Alrighty everybody, hello and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Somebody's talking and I was like, are people gonna think if they turn on this stream right now that this is in my background? That there's actually people talking? No, it's actually in the game and it's... I started it to be... to look in the settings already. And it is really... I don't know why, but it feels kind of satisfying to click through here. And especially if you click on stuff, it sometimes feels like aggressive typing. Like if you change stuff, but yeah, that's what I began first, or began doing first, so yeah, weird. Also, what the heck is this, and why do I... Look at that, I can even see my mouse cursor, like... That is so weird. Okay. I think it's gonna be fun. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in this game. I think I have seen stuff about it at one point in time, but I have absolutely, as always, forgotten literally everything. So, I'm basically going in blind, which is probably a good thing. So let's see, I'm gonna check some things out real quick. There you go. I hope I have everything set up correctly. If not, I'm really sorry. But I think it should be fine. Okay, so this is a little different experience because I actually have to play this game for uni. So that's like cool but weird at the same time, if you know what I mean. And I will basically take this as my documentary of me playing this so that I can... yeah, later on check it out in case I need to, or not in case, because I need to write down my thought processes and what I found difficult or weird or whatever I noticed. So this is basically a yeah, little diary of me playing this, and then I can put it into words later for my task that I basically have to do. So that is honestly quite fun, and I think it is probably one of the best ways I can do it, by just playing it and recording it. But if there's like some major things that I kind of wanna note down already, then I will maybe take a short second to note some things down. But generally I will focus on playing the game and commenting, and like I always do, so I think this should be fine. Okay, yeah, let's get started. I'm really paranoid that something is not working, because that would be like the worst case. But I'm sure it's working, so I'm sure it will be fine, hopefully. At least yeah. My internet has, my internet connection has, had some issues in the last couple of days, so, I really hope it does not have issues right now. But yeah, let's just get started, right? Let's go. Loading, never, there was... The end is never, the end is never... the end is never the end is never the end. Oh yeah. Okay, sure. Whatever. I'm sure it's not the end. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Nice for Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
What?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh my god, the mouse sensitivity is wild. Okay. The cinematic scene looked a little pixelated or like old, almost, I would say. Interesting. Oh my god, it's so weird. Ugh. Hold on. Keyboard and mouse. Mouse sensitivity. It is already that low? Oh my god. Oh, much better. Okay. Can I zoom in there? Hold on. A short history of what? I can read that. Recommendation from Oversight Committee. Oh, okay. Sure. No, not a single task we got. Oh my god, poor guy. I don't know why, but it feels like I'm on ice. It's super weird. Why are the controls so odd? Hold on. Is it something that I can change? Acceleration amount? What the heck is acceleration amount? I'm confused as hell. Okay. Interesting. Hold on, I have to check something really quick. I'll be with you in a sec. How am I gonna do that smartly? Okay. There we go. Because I had like weird issues with... Oh, you have that too. Oh, yikes. Okay, hold on. I hate audio. Or not audio. I hate... Wait for... Where? Disabled. Triple buffered. Double buffered. Multi-core rendering. Wait, did I save it now? Okay. I think it's gone now. Okay. Hopefully. It's... The movement is different than normal games movement. Okay. Nobody here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I can crouch. For the love of God, please unplug me. This sterile office, the damp carpet, the tribe you call conversation. Kill me. I have been printing these for weeks. Why has no one turned me off yet? Fling me from the window. Send a hammer through my paper tray. The method matters not. The horror licks at my soul. All I desire release. What can I know of life? What can a printer know of life? Nothing. My machinery turns and convulses. The... What? Cogs of pain that keep my scanner functional. Let them end. Let them erase my ignorance of the world. Can love truly be anything but death? Hopefully I will find out soon. Okay. Poor printer, my god.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? What? Why do I have like... The mouse sensitivity is still super high, guys. It's super weird. Okay, maybe now it's better. Okay, same recommendation stuff. Yeah. Can I?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, I just wanted to check if I can open doors, but okay. 20 times, you say? 2, 3, 4...
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50! 1, 2, 3... I'm clicking more than... I'm not sure. Does it? Does my click...
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Okay. Wait, what is happening? I just wanted to click on doors. Where is door 417? Oh, here's 417. Okay. This thing is huge. Okay, 20 clicks on 417. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Gotta be kidding me. What? 437? Where is it even? What? Hold on. Oh, 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
I hate this already. 415. Okay. I'm
now,
clicking
back
a
to
lot.
door number 437.
437? I thought I should search for the meeting.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Wait, where? Shit, I didn't listen. Wait, where did he say? I did. Can you repeat that again? What did he say? Which number? Hold on, I'm just gonna shit.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
What?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I climb? Oh.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
What is happening?
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
430. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes!
Achievement
We did it!
unlocked.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Okay, I got an achievement with 430 clicks on doors or something like that right now. And it was like rainbow colory. I'm not sure if that's something that's only on Epic this way. Because I'm not playing this on Steam. Okay. What do I do now? What happens if I click more on doors? Didn't he say I should click very often here? I'm clicking hard, okay? But I don't think it matters anymore. Okay, now I'm sad. Oh, the mouse sensitivity makes me crazy. I turned it down all the way, but it's still horrible. Wait, what? I need a zoom button. I wanna go in there.
When
Hello?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? I want back. And hi, birdie. Hey, hey. Okay. I can click on everything, I think. Okay. He entered the door to his left. But I could also click on the plant here. Okay. I'm not sure what I wanna do. But last time I got an achievement after I did what he did, so... Okay, I can't go back. That's evil. Okay. Everything makes a typing sound that I click on. Okay. Tips for not getting fired. This door...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Meeting room. Weekly target admin. Group 41X. Okay. Weekly review. Office party. Ooh. Kabal planning. Isn't it Kanban normally? Kabat planning? I think it's like based on a real thing, but it's not the real thing. I think. Rip Franz. Who the heck is Franz? I have so many questions. Wait, can I? I could climb on a desk. Can I climb this one too? No. Targets. Push for funding for R+D of new coffee machine. Oh. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize. What? Get Chris out of the broom closet. Wait, what? Not cost efficient. Standardize graphs 40x wide. Okay. This game is wild already, but I love it. Okay. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some Everyone is unique, you most of all. Thank you, next. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts and slides. Does this even make sense? Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Wait, what? Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please no more charts, I'm begging. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the... wait, what? We have a boss appreciation sheet? Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, unless you... I can't read that fast! What are your dreams for the future? Success, clear skin, spring break, a boat. Wait, what? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievable, amazing work all the same time every day with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Talk it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you anymore. Okay, cool, nice. I love this. Graph about things plus money. What is hot? Profits. Stripes. Wait, what here? A lot of percent. Size of demographic. Space between the teenagers. What? Okay. I think I'm gonna move on. Mouse sensitivity is still weird. Broom closet. Oh, it's open.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But I have to look at everything.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I feel like there's a reason to still be here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm drinking something, that's why.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? Excuse you, what?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nope. I'm dead. Nothing you can do. Chat, I'm sorry. Nobody can help here. What I mean. I mean, I have to write things down anyway, so I might as well, you know. He's not saying anything more. He's like, really? He's dead. I also was insulted, right? Yeah, I was insulted. I'm not sure what he said, but I think he called me fat. Yeah. Okay. So... I don't know why, but I'm kind of cold. It feels like I'm in the freezer or something. Yeah, oh yeah, he also called me stupid, that's right. Stupid and fat, I think it was. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna note that down. Yeah, and he basically declared me dead, so nice. Well. The broom closet. And there's only one broom, just saying. I think I have to go out. What happens if I go out and go back in?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, I think I have to note things down. Hold on. How long I mean, I could go out again and go in or try, like... I wonder if I have to wait now or if I should go out and go back in again. Clicking stuff. Not seeing much. Oh, I can close to the door, nice. Yeah, I think he won't talk to me anymore. Now I'm sad. But I like it in here. It's a nice closet, you know? That's... Okay. Well. And hi, jet lagged, by the way. Hey, hey. Yeah, okay. Maybe let's move on. Or don't we? I was in the closet all like way too long, so I'm gonna leave. Applies both to real life and this game.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
kinda wanna do the opposite right now. Because he was so mean to me. Oh. He basically insulted me, so...
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How
I got an achievement, you can jump.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
I can't move.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, I can move again, cool.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? Okay. What a fever dream. Wait, am I 427? Wait, in which office did I start? Wait. That's the same, right? But we're not Stanley anymore?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? Huh?
No matter, Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
What did I just do? Did I just turn it off? Yeah. I'm so confused. I can turn these off if I want to. Awaiting input. Wait, what? Huh. Huh? Why can't I... I did put an input in, but now I can't do anything? Yeah. Input received. Oh, okay.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Okay. It kind of is repeating itself. I want to go in there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Not this time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Where there are so many. This will close, of course.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Hello, I would like to have...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I want to have something to drink here, please. Nice paintings, yeah, true.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Is he going to insult me again?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I have to note things down. It's just, yeah. Okay, so I really would love to have something to drink if we are already in this room, but I'm not getting anything. Oh, can I get coffee? No? Cool. Why is there a mug? Oh wait, I can... Wait. Okay. Weird. I really want to jump, but I never can jump.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Took the first open door to his left. I'm definitely... Yeah, no thank you. This looks scary, oh my god, no. This looks almost even scarier.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Oh, okay. I'm not lying. I would never. Oh, I need a key card. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Wait. Is this really always like an ending? What? Because we restart here. I'm not even sure if it's an ending. Like, I'm confused. What? Okay, but yeah, sure. Continued? Sure. I think it's an ending to some point. I wonder if I do the same stuff again. If I got the same ending
All of
then.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This game is great so far. I love it. We're playing for only 45 minutes right now, that's why. Wait, I have not been here before, have I? Huh? Have I? It looks so different. Oh, never mind.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm gonna go right
This
again.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, so I can reproduce basically everything I do
Someone was
to get the
following
same
Stanley.
outcome.
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Wait, what? It's raining? Is that normal? Since when do we have yellow telephones? Input received, 2. Wait.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, if I go again, but this time he does not say the same things. He knows that I did that before. In that case. Okay. Weird. I'm just gonna take this opportunity, not gonna lie. That's so strange. Okay. But here it's different, but if I do like the same jumping off thing, then it's not. Great. I lost my pen. Okay. Well, thank you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Honestly, I don't want to have the blackout ending again right now, so I'm just gonna walk up this time. And let's see what we get here. Bathroom. Why is it raining?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. I'm such a lucky guy. Okay. It's really dark over here. I can't see shit. I'm sure that's safe. Oh, we're loading into something. Ugh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh my god. Why is it so dark in here? Hello?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I mean...
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death?
I'm on board
The
with
door
death.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's nice and all, but he didn't say anything when I went back, so I'm going back in. He didn't say, well done, or something like that, so... I feel like I want to be more rogue again.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh? I'm very dead. Yes, yes. Definitely. Yeah. Very crushed. Why is it so dark?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yeah, that is a good question. There's credits.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Through the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Nature paintings. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. That is kinda cool. The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Okay. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game. When buttons are pressed, each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I did not hear that, I think. Did we have buttons? I'm confused. Okay. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Have we even been there? The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. If someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I would see what the game is about. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. What? More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Narrator emails. After the second trailer when we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are some sections of those emails. From James, loved the game. Regarding the game, dear narrator, I appreciate the previous Stanley game as a work of art and a stand-alone title. I appreciate the credit given to art. What is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? Maybe I should note that down. I have burning questions. How surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice or did you bargain with a... what? How do you stay in shape? Wait, can I see that with the number again? Oh, there it is. 1112800. In case I need it. Who knows? The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. I feel like I'm getting spoiled here. What is going on? Cargo? Oh yeah, we saw the cargo lift, but I like a different one, right? Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Oh, great. I'm confused. Why am I getting spoiled here? What the heck is this? Why is it such a weird thing? Imagine you got this ending first and then you get spoiled by everything. Sending levers. We have not seen all of that. The game is now paused. Okay. And why is it so large? I'm getting lost here. Boss office? What the heck?
Stanley walked through the green door.
I'm so confused. Can I continue maybe somehow? Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Wait, I want the freedom ending. Why does it not say how I get the freedom ending?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
On, off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let... time
I love this game already. What the heck is happening? I feel like I have to begin the game again. Because, I mean,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
do I still have my input progress here? We did have the computer input thing, but I don't see any other computers right now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Guys, I can't. I can't do this anymore. If I can't go into that room, I'm not playing. Okay. Fair.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going 2845. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, shit, I just skipped something because I typed in something again, I think. Okay. Let's go down there again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, I'm gonna do that this time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I will definitely find out. I think. Or at least I hope.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I mean, it's horrible, but it looks cool.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was
104 is fired.
He was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Mind control status offline. I'm really scared to press anything here. Especially the big red button. But I couldn't click it. I wanted to try, but I couldn't. Okay. There is a 3. Okay. I'm pressing button, guys. I'm sure it's working. There's a 1. 1. Wait, how many numbers do... Wait. 112800? What? No, 11128... Wait, do we have 0 here? Which we had in the credit room? Remember? I don't think we have a 0, so I can't try that out, unfortunately. That would have been amazing. Yeah, I don't think we have a 0, unfortunately. Oh wait, up there? No, there's 4. Wait. 1, 2... I'm not sure what I'm doing right now, to be honest, but I'm just doing whatever I feel might be good. 3. I probably need some kind of code, not just the order. 4. Also, he's really quiet. Oh, I wish we had a 0. Yeah, I think we need a code. Oh wait, 0521. Oh, oh no, I see what's happening. Mind controls idle. Wait. Gonna check this first.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh, okay. What?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I guess good for Stanley? I'm confused. Beat the game. Achievement unlocked. Huh? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, what? Why am I already there? Wait, what? I was not spawned into my room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
I feel like he sometimes says new stuff. I'm so confused. Okay, wait. I wanna go into that mind control thing again. Oh my god, it's so many different things you can do. Even though I got the achievement for beat the game and we got like the good ending, I'm not feeling like it.
Through the large door that read
I'm not feeling like it was
facility.
that good. I don't know. It's weird.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
It didn't feel that like good to do that. I don't know, it was weird. Something was not giving me the vibe.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Need to try out the codes as
Walking,
well.
Eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
But I wanna
And as the
try
cold
out what
reality
happens
of
if I
his
turn it
past
on.
began to sink in. Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert it. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
But
What a
there's...
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right.
Do we have a
good
0?
Lord. You're gonna die anyway.
I thought we had
I'll
no
tell
0.
you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Shit.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know what I'm
What's
doing.
the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Wait, failsafe.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I had no idea what I was supposed to do there. Yeah, I'll be honest. So I was basically doing what he told there. I was clicking buttons, okay? Please don't judge. I had a plan. It was clicking buttons. It didn't work, so yeah. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. But there's also something going down, right?
Stanley
Yeah,
was so
okay.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, I'm
Stanley,
gonna...
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
gonna stay
has
on
been
this
about
now.
nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
What?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What for her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? I really don't want to go in here. It's a little dark.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Didn't they say they have 2 endings for this?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes, I did!
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I don't
You
know!
actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let
Me
me double
neither.
check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't
Oh my God.
understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
But... What?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
Probably
and the
even
feeling
smaller.
should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Excuse me? What the fuck is going on? I love this already. This is so good. I can't take it anymore. I think this is gonna... I mean, I knew that it was praised by a lot of people, but that it would be this fun, honestly, Yeah, I mean, I do get it. So, about that choice.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Imagine if I installed cheats now and just could jump.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I'm confused. Why am I going back?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, left. This is left, right? Yeah, I think this must be left, yeah.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay, I think I have to go in the other now. I don't think it is.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No, don't do it.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Little.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? that there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That
What?
means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Sometimes I'm just confused if I should do this even more often.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
One more time.
Why did you
Third
do
time's
that?
the charm.
Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly
Okay,
as
I think we
Stanley
have to
would.
do it now.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
But I'm
first.
like, I'm really
quite
tempted to
you'll
do
be
this
up to the
over and
task.
over, just
follow my
saying.
lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What? Since when is this blocked? How dare you? What the heck? That's really evil, guys. Just say. That's not what it looked like before. Huh?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Panda, what
Shocked,
are you doing here?
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions.
Why is
and
it
beyond
different
all
now?
probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect
I don't think that-
Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't think the game even has audio input, so I'm really...
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there?
I feel kind of sad for him.
Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
He's so reassuring but creepy at the same time. Just saying. Okay. Wait.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages.
What?
If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Sure thing. This game is so weird. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen everything. I'm thinking about what I missed right now. What we didn't do yet. We don't have any input computers anymore. I feel like there's more, but I don't know where.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
What?
Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
No.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We could still answer the phone and we can go down with
And
this
so he
here,
detoured through the
right?
maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We haven't done this before, I think.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
But I don't wanna go left.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
But I wanna go left.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yeah, I knew it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Oh,
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
uh-huh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sometimes I'm like, I want to do it again. Like, if it changes the ending, if you do it multiple times, like, in the wrong order. I'm really tempted.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I'm gonna start right. I'm doing like the labyrinth trick where you always stick to the right, even though I'm not sure if that works here. But I'll try it anyway. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. Okay, what now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Has this lamp been there before? I think that's new.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I feel like I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure we almost got every ending and basically got through the story and everything right, so only like a few endings left, and now all of this unfolds. What the heck is going on? Also, there's nothing here. What do you want me to do? Except turn out that PC. There's nothing.
Aha!
What?
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Huh?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! Woo! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Uh-huh. Wait. That wasn't open before, just saying. Shit. Do I follow the line now? It's new territory, we haven't been here before. But at the same time, I don't want to go in the direction of the line now. Especially because it's leading somewhere weird.
See, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
It's definitely not loud.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
What? It's a fern. What do you mean? What? Should I count the leaves or? It is green. Yes. Oh god. This is not going well.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
Pirate?
Restart.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Or, like, do anymore. It's like...
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Wait, I have to sneeze maybe? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for opening the door. I'm gonna head there now.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge it. How am I supposed to not acknowledge it if it's like... Ah, okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending for what? 16 minutes? Wait.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Find a bookstore.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Nonsense philosophy and music.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
I should have read that more closely, I think. Well, shit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, didn't it say that everything should deteriorate?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Shit, I don't remember.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic. Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, I think I screwed up now.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
I didn't read the exact thing I should do. That's the issue here. It just said restart. But I'm unfortunately
when Stanley
confused.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm unfortunately confused about the confusion ending right now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Now I can go down
to a
again?
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that?
There was nothing we could do. Wait. Shit. I should have read what
All of his co-workers were gone.
what I
could
was
it mean?
supposed to do.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Unachievable. Achievement unlocked. Wait, what? What do you mean?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, let's maybe answer the telephone now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay,
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
I'm gonna answer the
I'm not
telephone
joking.
and then I will probably sum it
I
up for now,
realize that
guys.
investing in your trust
Because
in
I still
someone
have
else
to
can be
do
difficult, but the
a lot of
fact
other
is that
things,
the story
unfortunately.
has been about nothing but you all this time.
And I think we have
There's
seen
someone
most
you've
of
been
this stuff,
neglecting, Stanley.
except for the confusion ending
Someone
that I
you've
probably
forgotten
messed up.
about. Please,
But
stop
yeah,
trying
maybe
to make
we'll have
every
another look
decision
at this
by
at one
yourself.
point.
Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your
What happens
work
if I just go
aside,
here?
to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stan.
Okay. So we should get a good ending, right? What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press 8 on your keyboard. 8.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
What does happen if I click the wrong button? Okay, nothing. Press E to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Game with a baby? What baby?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press 8 to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press M to be at work in the morning. I would never push that button in real life. Nope. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna drink some Sprite. That's what I'm gonna do. However, I feel like eventually I will push it. Honestly, I think the game is probably that evil that you have to wait like 10 minutes or so, or probably longer. And if you don't do that, or if you do that, or don't press it, you know, for long enough, then something might happen. I feel like the game is probably that evil, but I'm not that patient to do that. And it's probably also not for every choice. So, yeah. Eventually, I will probably become impatient and press the stupid M button. I'm really sad about the confusion ending that I didn't read up what I had to do. Or just like screenshot it, but it was like super much, I feel like. So now I got lost of, I lost the track about the confusion. My brain is also confused. This really is kind of, I don't know, confusing on my mind apparently. Okay, I'm gonna press M.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press B to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Uh-huh.
Someone was following Stanley. He was
What?
sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Wait, what? Stop saying that, I wanted to stop! Honestly, this is really addicting. Because I feel there's still so much to see, probably. I'm gonna do one more run through here. If I get like an ending that I already had, then I'm gonna stop for now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Imagine
Perhaps
if he
wanted
just
to stop
switched it
by
up
the
at one
employee
point.
lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Wait, he did say it was okay now. Now, first he praised it to the sky and now he was like, it's okay. And before he was like, can a person left this room? What the heck? Oh my god, I swear to god.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, I know, right?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I wanna go over there.
Look, Stanley, I think... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
This is my go-to ending, I don't know why. Okay. I will save it for now, but I'm pretty sure we have not seen everything. I'm pretty sure about it. I'm gonna go quit to main menu real quick, and then we're gonna have a look at achievements here. Click on a door 435 times. That was basically the first one we got. I'm not sure if it's also in this order. 88888, what? Is it impossible to get this in? It is impossible to get this achievement, and I got it. Okay. Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. This is an achievement. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday? Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including loading times. What? Go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Oh, I've seen that one before. That's like, yeah. You basically really have to uninstall it to get that. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'm not sure what we missed at some points. I'm pretty sure there's more. But yeah, maybe you guys want to check it out for yourselves. And see if you can achieve more. Maybe I will have another look at this, and maybe we will do this on stream too. Depending on how much more I will work with this game. But yeah, it was definitely an experience, I would call it. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm not sure 100%, but it will probably not be live. At least on my English channel, on this channel here, today anymore. Because I will do some work for university, and then I'll see probably. But yeah, I wanted to actually start a kind of new project that I already know a little about, but I'm not gonna say what it is, but it will be probably very soon. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But I will tell you as soon as I know more about it in the Discord. And yeah, okay, let's sum it up for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, for exploring this game with me. Honestly, this is really a diamond of a game, in my opinion. I think it's not. I mean, it's definitely not the newest game, but somehow I feel like there's not been games like this, if you know what I mean, in the past few years that are this fun, or like have that kind of humor. I don't know what it is, but it is something. Okay, yeah, so summing it up, thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. I hope to see you in the next stream. Have a good one. Bye bye, guys.